Assalamualaikum. I am Jawad Ahmad. Today we are going to start the third chapter of economics, that is elasticity of demand and supply. In this chapter, we are going to learn following concepts under three parts: part A, B, and C. So before I can start this introduction and we can start our learning objective number one. Kindly subscribe my channel so you can get all my videos on a timely basis. Let's start this class. Firstly, I am going to take 5 to 10 minutes in order to explain this concepts or the learning objectives of this chapter one by one at a brief level. Then we are going to start our first learning objective, that is definition and calculation of elasticity of demand. So if you do not want to take such introduction session, you can skip this part and move to the lecture one. Let's start our part number one. In part number one of this chapter, we are going to cover the elasticity of demand. Firstly, going to learn what is the definition and calculation methods of elasticity of demand along with its formalized. Second learning objective will be types of elasticity of demand. What are the different types of elasticity of demand and their curves in order to understand them betterly. Thirdly, and determinants or the factors that affect elasticity of demand are going to be discussed. Fourthly, other variants of elasticity of demand, interpretation of elasticity, its sign means plus, minus, and number is numeric value, 1, less than 1, greater than 1, etc. And last topic of part A will be practical significance of elasticity of demand, why we should understand this concept of elasticity of demand, how it will be helpful in our practical life. And moving towards the part number B, in which we will cover elasticity of supply. Same as we cover elasticity of demand, firstly definition and calculation of elasticity of supply, type of elasticity of supply, and determinant or the factors that will affect elasticity of supply. Then at the end of this chapter, in part number C, we will cover price instability in certain market, reason for price instability, and government role and policies under such environment. Then, at last, we will cover the core web theory to cyclic fluctuation in prices. So, these are the 11 learning objectives that we are going to cover in chapter number 3 called Elasticity of Demand and Supply. Let's start the first lecture of this topic with elasticity of demand, that is definition, what is elasticity of demand and how we can calculate elasticity of demand through its different methods. In previous classes, we have already covered the concept of law of demand, which here which says that there is a inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded, which means that if price increases, quantity demanded decreases. And similarly, when price decreases, quantity demanded increases. We have understand thus that when price will be increased, quantity demanded need to be decreased. But how much change is there between price and quantity demanded? How much means in number quantity, 100%, 20%, 30%, 40%, how much change is depicted or happened between price and quantity demanded. Such change is called elasticity of demand. Means now you are considering the relationship of price and quantity in terms of numeric value. Means you are considering or want to know how much change is happened between the price and the quantity changes, or how much change happened in the quantity when price of a product changes. For example, it may be 10%, 20%, or anyone. So such numeric analysis is called elasticity of demand or price elasticity of demand. It is also called price elasticity. So let's read. Price elasticity of demand is the percentage change in quantity demanded divided by or 2% change in price. That is, if you write the formula, elasticity of demand or price elasticity of demand is equal to percentage change in demand to percentage change in price. Means price elasticity of demand is equal to percentage change in quantity demanded to percentage change in price. Here, the product should need to be same. Product should be same. It means that the same product price and quantity analysis should be done at a same time. Means price change should be determined in product A and quantity change is also taken for product A. So this is the formula of price elasticity of demand. Here this line means divided by. So let's come back to the concept. So how much change has been made in quantity demanded when there is a change in price of a product? This analysis or this qualitative or quantitative analysis is known as elasticity of demand or price elasticity of demand, or simply you can say it price elasticity. Next is calculating elasticity using percentage method. There are two methods for the calculation of elasticity of demand. First is point elasticity of demand, and second one is arc or average elasticity of demand. Now, what is the difference between both methods? Both methods are relatively similar to each other, but the main difference between them is that point elasticity of demand consider a specific point as a base. It takes a single point as a base. For example, price, quantity demanded. Price is 10, then it goes to 11. Quantity was 100, now goes to 90. So, if you take base price as 10 and base price as well as base quantity as 100, this is called point elasticity of demand, in which you have defined a base for the calculation purpose, while in arc elasticity of demand, average of both points are taken as base. What does mean? Price, quantity demanded, 10, 11, 100, and 90. In arc elasticity of demand, no specific price and quantity was determined. We take average of both prices and average of both quantities. How we can take this? 10 plus 11 divided by 2 will give us the average price. 22 divided by 2 means 11 is it will be 21, and the average price will be 10.5. Similarly, in quantity, 100 plus 90 divided by 2, 190 divided by 2. So 95 will be the average quantity. So 10 is not taken, 11 is not taken as base, 100 is not taken as a base, 90 is not taken as base. Both will be taken after taking their average. So it's the main difference between the point elasticity of demand and arc elasticity of demand. Let them read from the notes. There are two approaches or methods. Approaches means methods to calculate elasticity of demand using percentage method. First is point elasticity of demand, which is also a preferred method. And if the question is silent regarding the method, then you have to use point elasticity of demand. Second method is arc elasticity of demand. Both use the same formula to calculate the elasticity of demand that is already explained to you here. The only difference is that in point elasticity of demand, single point value is used as a base to calculate the percentage change, while in arc elasticity of demand, average of both points is used as a base to calculate percentage change. So here the main thing that you have to understand is that here the change that you are going to analyze or calculate will be a percentage change, not a numeric change. So we are going to calculate the percentage change in price and quantity demanded with the help of a numerical example. Let's take a simple example. Compute the price last year of product if decline means decrease in the price of the product is from 12 to 11. Means initial price was 12, then it goes to 11, and the change will be 11 minus 12. It gives us -1. Similarly, there is an increase in demand from 48,000 to 60,000. So the change will be 60,000 minus 48,000. It gives us positive 12,000. So calculate it first from point elasticity of demand. I can make this table below in order to make my work easier. Prices 12 and 11, and it is 14,000, 48,000 to 60,000. So in point elasticity of demand, formula is percentage change in quantity demanded to percentage change in prices. So the change in the quantity is 60,000 minus 48,000. It will show the incremental amount or the amount of the change. Then we are going to make 48,000 as a base. So 48,000 will be in the denominator. And as we are going to make analysis in percentage, therefore it needs to be multiplied with 100. Similarly, for prices, price has changed from 12 to 11. So 11 minus 12 divided by, we are taking 12 as a base. Multiply by 100. Now need to calculate this amount. Let's come to the calculator. $60,000 minus 48,000, 12,000, 12,000 divided by 48,000, 100. 11 minus 12 gives us -1 divided by 12. Now divide 12,000 with 48,000. 12,000 divided by 48,000 give us 0.25 multiplied by 100. And 1 divided by 12, 1 divided by 12 give us 0.083 multiplied by 100. It will be 25 and below will be multiplied by 8.333. Now divide them. 25 divided by 8.333. It will be 3%. So the increase in the price as compared to quantity demanded is 3%. And the below quantity was in negative, therefore it will be a minus 3%. So it is showing that when there is a 3% decrease in the price, there will be a 3% increase in quantity demanded. This is the method of point elasticity of demand. Now move towards arc elasticity of demand. Price 12 to 11 and the quantity demanded is 48,000 to 60,000. Change is minus 1. 11 minus 12. And here the change is 12,000 positive, 60,000 minus 48,000. Now going to write the formula of arc elasticity of demand. Change in price is minus 1. Now going to taken the base of both prices, that is 12 and 11. 12 plus 11 divided by 2. Multiply by 100. Similarly we have taken it on the denominator side. We have to take the quantity on above side. So 12,000 divided by 48,000 plus 60,000 divided by 2 multiply by 100. 100 will be multiplied by with the numerator. Now move to the price. Minus 1 divided by 12 plus 11 divided by 2. And numerator will be multiplied by with 100. So let's move to the calculator. $12,000 divided by, or firstly we are going to take the base. 48,000 plus 60,000 divided by 2. So 54,000 will be the base. $12,000 divided by 54,000. Similarly goes for the price change. Minus 1 divided by 12 plus 11 will be 23. 23 divided by 2 is 11.5. When you add 12 plus 11, it is 23 divided by 2 is 11.5. Now move to the calculator. 12,000 divided by 54,000 multiplied by 100, it gives 22.2. Similarly, when 1 is divided by 11.5 and multiplied by 100, it gives 8.6956. And the net answer after dividing 22.222 with 8.6956 695 will be 2.55, that is 3%. And the below amount is in negative, therefore the whole answer will be in negative. Here you have seen that the answer have remained the same whether we use point elasticity of demand method or arc elasticity of demand method. So it's the analysis. Here the answer is -3 and the answer of arc elasticity of demand is also -3. So answer will remain same whether you use point elasticity of demand or arc elasticity of demand. So it was our first class in which we have covered the introduction session of 3 parts of this chapter. Secondly, we covered the first learning objective, that is elasticity of demand, its formula and definition, as well as the calculation. And we have already done the calculation through a numeric example. Let's meet in the next class with the next learning objective, that will be type of elasticity of demand. Let's meet in the next class with a new learning objective. Thank you for your time. If you have liked my video and have learned something from my video, then kindly subscribe my channel, like this video, share your comments in the comment section, and share it with those who want to learn this concept. Thank you for your time.